Well, not only a Ryder Cup captain, but a Ryder Cup captain at the War on the Shore, which is one of the most exciting Ryder Cups in history. Did you have to use Maalox to get through that thing? Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
No, I lost a little bit of weight. That's for darn sure. No, he and I spent a year and a half of our life uh, planning what we're going to do. At all my psychologically profiled about 15 guys that I thought had a chance to be on the team because I wanted to know how to talk to each one in a language they would understand, so my team would bond together.
Hmm.
But it was quite an experience. I'm proud of the fact that I've played in two and I've captained that, and I was co-captain 17 years later with Azinger, who I think has done the best job any captain's done in recent memory at Valhalla, and when he beat Faldo and got it back there. So I've been in 4 Ryder Cups and I've never been on a losing one, which not the streak we're on presently, which is a shame.
What do you think we need to do to try to bring that Ryder Cup back?
I really don't know, and I know I'm gonna be asked a lot of questions coming up. I'm gonna try to get ready for them. I'm not sure. Now we have Luke Donald on the other side, who's almost like a professional Ryder Cup captain now. He'll be doing it
Yep.
the 3rd time coming up at the Dare Manor next year. But I'm appreciative of the fact that the PGA let me do it the one time because a lot of my good friends, Bobby Nicklaus for one, Geiberger for another, won the PGA and didn't get to be the captain. And prior to me, I'll ask you guys a question. Prior to me, there had only been 2 captains at the Ryder Cup for the Americans that had not won the PGA. You know who they are?
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
And Tom Watson.
Nope.
No,
He hadn't won the PGA.
no. Did Tom win the PGA? No,
Nope.
no.
No, but the other one that didn't was Casper.
Phil Casper, yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, then all of a sudden they started picking other people to be captains, right? And I don't mind that. I think one guy that got short-sheeted on that was Hale Irwin. Would have been an unbelievable Ryder Cup captain. He was a winning President's Cup captain.
Hmm.
And he won that deserved to be a Ryder Cup captain. I honestly don't know. I personally think in my own mind, and I've got to do a lot of more thinking about it, is that I never gave the Europeans any kind of billboard material at Kiawah, only to arrive down there and find out that the PGA of America had called it the War by the Shore. And I did not like that at all because they were all friends. I knew most of the guys on the other team, but it's just you're playing for your country. And it's such a thrill to either be a captain and that you're wearing the red, white, and blue for the country, you know, but it's not a war. And what happened to Keegan Bradley this last year in New York, he did some great stuff. I was disappointed how the course got set up for whatever reason. But what I didn't like is the PGA talking about these unruly fans in New York.
Yes.
So they promptly just lived up to their reputation.
Yes, they
I mean,
did.
it's disgraceful. I was out there with my wife, and that is not what we want to have in golf. I mean, I would help my fellow competitors. I wanted them to play well, and then I wanted to beat them. But you're not wishing ill will against anybody. And so I am really confused about how they're going to go about picking. I did have an in for quite a while after Sutton was in 2004 was a captain up in Michigan.
Yeah.
At Oakland Hill, and after that would have been Payne Stewart's spot, and that was the first time. That was 13 years after I was at Kiawah that they had finally invited the past captains to come back, and there were 8 of them. And they let us go everywhere. And we played an exhibition on Wednesday before the Ryder Cup, raised $500,000 for junior golf and what they support. And it was phenomenal. And on Tuesday night, when we got in there, they asked us, we have 5 people we're thinking about to be captain. We'd like to have your opinion. And to a man, they stepped out of the room. It didn't take us 20 seconds. And we all said Larry Nelson should be the next captain. And so somebody in the PGA was blackballing Larry Nelson because he never got it. And it made us sick. He's won
Really?
2 PGAs and an Open, and he never became a captain. And Keegan Bradley, in one of the classiest moves I ever saw last year, he had Larry come in as the captain emeritus, and he was in the team room all week, he and Gail. And that's what we need is people like that to believe in this. I'm sorry I'm going so long in answering your question, but
No.
I personally think having even if you're on the losing team, the experience that you gained and getting to bond people together, it's an enormous job. You just can't go out there and say, well, I got the best player in the world. They're going to win. The Europeans, this again, you get back to Nicklaus and Jacklin. How smart, especially Jack, and including all the Europeans, because we were handling Great Britain and Ireland. There was no problem, but you had the Europeans, and now we got a fight on our hands. So it's a marvelous experience going on, and we have to do something. They have to change some things.